Nicki Minaj, without a shadow of a doubt and without any fear of contradiction, was the rudest little madam I've ever had the displeasure to meet. America's Got Talent, around 2006-07, she turned up as our guest on our show, and my sons were all quite young, all under 12 I think, all wanted to meet Nicki Minaj. No, refused to do it. Rude little madam. Never coming on my show again. Banned. I think Joe Rogan's one of the most interesting characters in the world right now. He has a huge following. I don't agree with some of the stuff that he says, particularly about vaccines and so on. But I do think that he's one of those guys, he'll get experts in that he doesn't agree with, and he'll spend 3 hours debating the issue. And he'll sometimes say, you know what, you've changed my mind. You're right. Well, that's what a democracy should be about. The whole fuss with Spotify and Neil Young quitting over Joe Rogan just showed a kind of old dinosaur, really. He doesn't get what Joe Rogan is. Joe Rogan really is a controversialist who likes to have arguments, and he doesn't mind losing some of them. But what you do every time you listen to Joe Rogan's interviews, you learn something, because he always gets really interesting people on. We need more people like Joe Rogan, who I may not agree with about everything, but who I find interesting, compelling, and who teach me stuff, than we do probably Neil Young's, with great respect to Mr. Young. I didn't really understand NFTs until I sat next to this very charming guy at the GQ Awards who told me eventually his name was Beeple and that he used to sell his pictures, digital art, for about $100 a pop. And then one day, several years ago, some bloke in San Francisco paid him $69 million. And at that point, I thought, I need to know more about NFTs. And I particularly need to work out how to make one that makes me $69 million. So it's a fascinating new form of art. I don't feel snobbish about it. I think all art is whatever it's worth to somebody who wants to pay that kind of money and have it. But I don't really understand. It's a bit like cryptocurrency. Probably a little bit old to completely understand what this is all about. But my kids all think this is fantastic. Well, electric cars are obviously the future. You can see with Elon Musk and the success he's been having that ultimately we'll all end up in an electric car, and then probably there'll be something after that as well. The idea we're still pumping diesel and oil into cars and polluting the world into an early death seems to me completely ridiculous. So I think the sooner we get electric cars to be cheap and affordable, and there's enough power places to power up your car around the countries, then that's going to be good for the planet and good for all of us. We should all want to have a cleaner environment to live in, and there's no doubt that polluting cars right now are a major contributor to the issues we have with climate change. I love cricket. I probably love cricket more than anything else in the entire world, and I really love fish and chips, so that shows you how much I love England cricket. But we're going through a rough patch at the moment, and what really worries me is we're putting a massive premium on T20 and the smaller forms of the game over Test cricket. And Test cricket is the golden goose, and if we're not very, very careful, it's going to die. And we have got to protect Test cricket. We've got to look after county cricket and go back to encouraging people to play the longer form of the game, because the whole point of cricket is it's so long and often so boring that Americans never want to play it. So they're never going to beat us. So it's one of the few sports in the world where we can always beat the Americans. That's why we should keep Test cricket.